Hi everybody, it's Chris Hicks, Head of Press Communication at UKIP. I'm joined here with UKIP Leader Gerard Batten, UKIP Deputy Leader Mike Hookem and UKIP Wales Leader Neil Hamilton. We've just learned that the Article 50 extension vote has gone through. We understand that it will be extended until at least into June, but it's dependent upon a vote next week, next Wednesday we believe, on whether or not Parliament passes Mrs May's withdrawal agreement once again. So, gentlemen, what do we think? What's the immediate
Do you remember
response?
that? Do you remember that program that used to be called Soap? It was a spoof soap opera, and every episode they said, "Confused, you will be after the next episode." And this is where we are now. What they seem to have voted on now is that if they vote on Mrs May's deal again next week and it goes through, then they will at least extend Article 50 to the 30th of June. If they vote against it, then they're going to go and put the ball firmly back in the European Union's court and say, can you extend Article 50 indefinitely, basically, and leave the timescale up to the European Union? Now, what makes me very uneasy about this is what I predicted for a while is that they might actually extend Article 50 to the end of the current MEP term, which means there'd be no European elections. And when we stop being MEPs, which is at the end of June, beginning of July, they can then say, oh well, we need another extension, yet another extension, and that would mean that there'll be no European elections, no chance for the British public to say how they feel about it, and of course they get rid of UKIP, they get rid of any Eurosceptics that they don't want. So I think the whole thing is not particularly clear even now, but what is clear is that the House of Commons doesn't want to leave. They're going to ask for an extension at least until the 30th of June, and possibly even much longer than that. And of course it will be the European Union that decides whether we have that extension or not.
Yeah, I mean, talk about confused. I'm totally confused now because, this woman has brought this deal to Parliament twice, and it's been voted down massively twice. She's now going to bring it a third time. She's now saying that we may extend into June, which I thought if you went May 23rd or beyond, we go into European elections, but that's not what they're saying. I'm totally confused. The only thing I'm really certain about is Theresa May is a Remainer. Their cabinet is a cabinet of Remain. The Parliament, the Bollinger Bolsheviks of the left-wing Jeremy Corbyn sect are Remain. The only honest party there is the Lib Dems, who have always said they want to remain. And this is a parliament that's working against the working man and woman of this country. And this is totally confused. Thank you very much, Mrs May. But please, will you and Philip book a long, long holiday somewhere and leave tomorrow?
Well, I don't think it's that confusing, really. It's a Hobson's choice, because if they vote for Theresa May's deal, then effectively we remain in the EU, and we don't know when we can leave because we need the EU's permission to get out, unlike under Article 50, which we can exercise that right unilaterally. If, on the other hand, MPs don't vote for her deal, then she's going to hand over power to the EU to keep us in forever and subject to their terms. So the choice is between X and X. Mrs May's deal or Mrs May's deal. It's a non-choice. And what we do know is that this is an absolute betrayal of the 17.4 million who voted for Brexit 2.5 years ago. And the Tory party deserves now to shrivel into extinction because they're a bag of quislings, and there's no purpose to be served whatsoever by the continuation of the Conservative Party. And there's got to be a popular revolt, in my view, and it's actually the people against the politicians. 100 years ago, the House of Lords over there threw out Lloyd George's budget, and there was an election on peers versus the people. But now, even the elected House of Commons is in the same position as the House of Lords was 100 years ago. Neither of them represents the people. We do not have a representative democracy, so we need to sweep the whole lot away and bring in a completely new system whereby the people themselves take control by proportional representation.
So I think we may be possibly, if this goes through, looking at the prospect of another European Parliament election. Of course, UKIP is the party of Brexit. We're the party that puts the real pressure on David Cameron and his Tories before to give us the referendum. Now, if we face that, of course, UKIP is the natural choice for the pro-Brexit vote and the vote of the 17.4 million people. How are we progressing in terms of preparing for that potential election, Gerard?
That is the last election we actually want, Chris, as you're well aware. We don't want to be in the European Union. We don't want to be in a European parliamentary election. But I've taken the view since I've been leader that it may happen, given the traitorous bunches sitting over the road there at the moment. And we have been planning, we've been raising money, we've been recruiting candidates, and we will fight it with all that we've got if there is a European parliamentary election. And we want to return as many UKIP MEPs as possible. The real election that we've got to worry about, apart from that, of course, is the next general election, whenever that comes. We still nominally live in a democracy. We've still got the vote, and you will not live in a free country, an independent country, unless you turf that lot out and put other MPs in. Now, I'm of course biased because I want you to vote UKIP. I want you to vote UKIP in big numbers and put UKIP MPs in there. But however you vote, for God's sake, don't vote Tory, Labour or Lib Dem. Choose something else.
Yeah, absolutely. The real power is Westminster. Never mind, European Parliament. The real power is Westminster, and the only way we can change anything is to get Westminster MPs. And the only party that's fighting for the working man and woman is the UK Independence Party. You have to vote for us if you want change. You have to vote UK Independence Party, and we need people to stand up for the working man and woman, and we're the party that's going to do that. The next election that's coming up is Neil will be standing for a by-election, and let's hope that the people of Wales see that we are the party for the working man and woman and vote for Neil.
Well, 3 weeks today, there is a people's vote in Newport West. Thursday after the 29th of March, when we should be leaving the EU, people will get the chance, at least in Newport, to express their views on Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn and the joint treachery of the Labour Party and the Tory Party. Because red or blue is no choice at all. They don't represent you, they ignore you, they despise you, they have total contempt for the people. 17.5 million votes matter not a jot compared with the 400 votes there that have just voted to extend our time in the European Union. That's the trouble. You see, we have a Remainer Parliament and a Remainer government, but the people want Brexit. So, 4th of April, Newport West, the people have the chance. And Newport voted 56% for Brexit in the referendum. They have the chance to deliver on that.
So there we have it, April 4th, Newport West by-election. UKIP will be fighting hard. It's a great opportunity to send a message to the traitors who are in Parliament. Well, I think that's it for us for tonight. But thank you very much for watching. Go to ukip.org. Join the fight. We are ramping up our campaign. Going forward, please donate. Tell your friends, everything. Let's get together. Let's make Brexit happen. Good night.